What's going on, everybody? Sean Pierce Johnson here with this week's edition of Stompbox Saturday, and on the stomping block today is the Boss PW-3 wah, the new entry for them into the wah game, and it has been far too long since they've done that. Years ago, I had a Boss V-wah, and it was kind of like a modeling wah. It was kind of cool. You had a bunch of different models of Crybabies, Clyde McCoys, Morleys, and even a couple other ones that were a little bit more esoteric and weird. But it had its shortcomings, it was a modeling wah. It wasn't, real, it wasn't analog, but the PW-3, this is pretty much Boss's original take on a wah, and I think it sounds pretty darn good. It comes in the same kind of size housing that you get with the FV30 volume pedal, which is really nice. Kind of small, a little bit more pedal board friendly than your other more full-size wahs. But there's a couple cool features that set this apart from other wah pedals. First and foremost, it's a 2-mode wah pedal. Really cool. You have a vintage and a rich mode, which you can access with a little, switch right on the front of the pedal. The vintage mode is kind of like a Clyde McCoy, and that's what you heard at the top of the video. Think Vox. That's what I'm getting at. That kind of wah sound. A little bit more bell-like and maybe just a little bit more high mids and a little bit more screeching. And then you have the rich mode, which gives you just a little bit more fullness to it. We'll check both of those out in front of a clean and a dirty sound and just have a bunch of fun with a wah pedal. So here we go. We'll try out this vintage mode, so to speak. Like I said, it kind of goes after that Vox, Clyde McCoy kind of style sound. Let's hear that just on a clean sound, but first, here's my dry guitar sound. Now what's awesome is you can see I've turned on the pedal now, and you actually have status LED indicators. So say you walk away from your pedal board, you'll actually see whether or not the wah is on. And it doesn't take much effort to turn it on or off. I'm barely putting any sort of pressure down on the pedal, and it's turning on and off, which I really, really like. Other ones you kind of have to press down a little bit. So let's hear how this sounds, the vintage mode on a clean sound. Sounds really nice, and under the foot it doesn't seem like it's going to have much throw to the foot treadle, but you get a really nice full sweep of the frequency spectrum. Really, really cool. Let's do something with just a little bit less notes in the chord and get kind of shafty. I think it gets that funky thing going pretty well, if I do say so myself. Now let's slap on a little bit of distortion and let's see what that can get us. Switching over to the rich mode is very simple. A small switch on the front allows you to select either the vintage or the rich setting. So let's switch over to the rich. Kind of tight in there with all those cables, but hey, you're really gonna find that you like one sound over the other and mostly stick with it. So let's check that out in front of a clean sound. As you can hear, it's a little bit more full. Maybe the Q is just a tad wider and it's affecting more frequencies. Overall, I really enjoy it. Let's see what it can do for that funky stuff. Okay, I like that one a lot. That was really fun, as you could probably tell. Let's go ahead and switch over to a dirty sound and see what that can get us. There you have it, everybody. There is your look at the PW-3 Boss wah. I gotta say, I'm really happy that Boss is getting into the wah game. And don't get me wrong, I love crybabies. I've got two of them, as a matter of fact. I love the Clyde McCoy style Vox wah, and I've even liked some of the Morleys I've come across. It's just really cool to have other options out there that aren't your classic circuits. And the Boss wah, with its smaller size, helps with pillowboard real estate, and it's just great to have options. And not to mention the simplicity. I value simplicity in gear probably even more so than tone. Those are the top two things that I look for in every piece of gear that I end up buying. But hey, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys thought. Shoot me a comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's episode of Stompbox Saturday. And until then, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, and I wish you good tone and happy stomping. Cheers, my friends.